Days of Destruction and Days of Revolt is a book by Chris Hedges and Joe Sacco. Chris Hedges is a journalist that's been around for decades. He's an independent journalist. You can find him through Substack. You can find him on Instagram, TikTok. Um, and the reason I got this book is because they're getting together for a book that's being published this fall called Requiem for Gaza. And I wanted to read this, and basically it's a book, but it's interspersed with comics when it deals with people's stories. And this is Joe Sacco being the great Joe Sacco that he is. I mean, Joe Sacco is one of my favorite cartoonists. He's just so good. Just top notch. So, and the writing is very good. This book deals a lot with like how corporate America had basically taken out everything of value for certain groups. One is the Indians on the South Dakota and Nebraska border. Another one is Camden, New Jersey. Another group is the produce pickers in Immokalee, Florida. And one last one are the coal miners and the coal people in West Virginia. I mean, we talk about it now a lot, about how America has basically strip mined other countries and is doing it our own. Now we're doing it with data centers and water. But this book was written in 2012 during the Obama administration. So I think a lot of people want to blame everything on the current administration. There is a lot to blame. But there's a lot to blame on the Obama administration as well as the Bush administration. And I think that gets lost. And I think when you look at it this way, you kind of realize this has been a decades-long problem. I mean, even NAFTA under Clinton led to a lot of this stuff that's going on with a lot of communities in America just being left to their own, basically left to their own fate. The only criticism I have about the book is that sometimes Chris Hedges keeps making the same point over and over and over again. But then again, this is 2012 when I don't think anybody was believing this. I think if you're reading this in 2026, you're seeing this. So it's not as news, or I mean, it's not as new, as maybe it was then, or as radical. But again, a great book, well written. If you're a Joe Sacco fan, if you're a fan of just independent journalism and somebody is willing to go out there and write a story that's very hard to read, it's very tough to read this thing. When you see how all these people have been screwed over, but you learn a lot. Well researched, well written. I got this at a pretty good deal from a used bookstore. I recommend it highly, and I'm looking forward to the new release later this year. Thanks.